He was a dishwasher and a waiter.
Yeah, man.
Every single time I'd be there, Brian be at the restaurant just hanging out, talking with my uncles, and then one day he just disappeared. And I'm just like, I don't know where he went. And then here we are.
Yeah,
he
here we are.
and he's like, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Real Talk NYC. Today, I got two special guests here, two entrepreneurship. One is a broker, one is an entrepreneur with Amazon and now doing a lot of other stuff. So Will right here to my left side and Kevin Ma is on my right side. And today, we're going to pick their brain. We're going to chit chat. We're going to talk a lot of things and hopefully give you guys a lot of insight of how to become an entrepreneur. You know, so let's start right in there. You guys want to give a quick intro of yourself, Will?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's a pleasure to be here on Brian's podcast. I was not expecting to be here today, but here we are. It's always so fun. There's always something new to do when you're in New York City. Yeah. But my name is Willis. I have been in love with entrepreneurship pretty much my whole entire life. I was pretty much a natural born trader. When I was a kid, I was like... there were these toys, Beyblades, right? So Beyblades, they come in many parts. It's like a tabletop. You spin it, and then like these tabletops, they spin around and around and around, and you can battle them with your friends.
Yeah.
Right. So they go into like a little box.
Yeah.
They spin. They hit each other, and the one that's still spinning, the last one standing, wins. Right.
Wow.
And when you play with these toys, these parts, they would spin and they would break apart. And a lot of these kids, when the parts break, they just throw them away. They forget about them, right? And me, I would pick them off the floor, and then I could build my own top. I can repair them.
Wow.
Right? So that was how I made my first money when I was a young kid. I would pick up these spare parts. I would build them into my own toy. I would play with it for a bit, and then I would go to my classmates, and I would sell it and be like, hey, Beyblade, $4, $5? And they would buy it off me, and that's like the first money I made. And now that we're older, we think about it now, $5 is not that much money. But when you're a kid, you're like, what, 10 years old in 4th, 5th grade?
Yeah.
$4 or $5, that's a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's an Arizona iced tea. That's a happy day right there.
Yeah, my God, that is amazing. What was the age when you were doing that?
I was like 10, 11 years old.
10, 11 years old, and this kid right here already doing that, thinking about making and becoming an entrepreneur.
I wasn't expecting it.
And now you are owner of a 3,000 square foot warehouse. Yep. Doing Amazon every single month, doing production.
That is correct.
But you have other business as well on the side, but mainly it's still being Amazon-wise, right?
I would say right now it's more passion projects. So right now I'm working with a good amount of car dealerships throughout New York, New Jersey. I fell in love with content all over again because back in high school, I used to do a lot of video work, camera work. I was president of the photography club in my school, but I just fell in love with e-commerce, and I did that for a while, but now I'm starting to pick back up the camera again, and I'm starting to really enjoy taking pictures, doing videos, and I've learned sort of like the science, you can say, of going viral on social media, and I'm just falling back in love with it. I really enjoy creating content now, and that's part of the reason why I'm here too.
That's good.
Brian viral, get you some more leads, close some more deals, make you some more money.
That's excellent. That's what we like. That's what we like.
So, but yeah, that's enough about me. I want to hear about Mr. Kevin over here.
Yes.
Here you go.
Hey guys, this is Kevin here, and it's so happy that today we are sitting at the penthouse of a building that we are selling at the Bayview Courtyard. And then today, Will and Brian, decided to come over here and do a podcast at the beautiful penthouse. So I'm so happy and so nice to meet you guys. Especially seeing that Will is at such young age and is already doing business yourself and becoming a businessman. You own your own business. You have your own warehouse, and making a fortune on Amazon. And
we're trying to get Will to inquire this penthouse over here. Yeah, a little bit about this penthouse. This is a beautiful penthouse here. I gotta say.
I thought that Brian, you brought Will here. Is to look at the penthouse and maybe I said
it is.
Wow.
It's true. That is the goal, right? In life, you never know. Will. That's it. You got to bring out the paper a little bit after this podcast. We're gonna have.
Just sign the paper. Right?
You heard that. You heard that on video
like
now. That's the goal. That's the drive. You see what I'm saying? I think younger generation, like people that is younger, you should have that drive, that want. That is the biggest thing into becoming success, is that you got to have something that you want. Don't be afraid of wanting something. Like Will right now.
It's always like be hungry.
Yeah.
Be ambitious, and of course, do the right thing.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean that especially in America, you get so much opportunity here.
That's right.
So, once you decide it, as long as you are willing to work hard, I believe that the sky is the limit.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a couple questions for our viewers over here. Becoming an entrepreneurship, what do you guys do to reach where your level is at? Let's go with Kevin. Kevin is a arm key team leader at EXP. He's a very successful man. He's selling this whole beautiful building here, the highest one in Brooklyn, this Bayview Courtyard, and over 200 unit here. So to reach where Mr. Kevin level, how do you, I guess let's talk about your journey. How do you start in this real estate game?
Yeah, first, let me correct one thing. Is that this building, yes, is our exclusive listing, and we, selling this, but it's a 151 unit.
151. Sorry.
But we have 20 third floor and
22 floor.
Total.
24.
We are at the 22nd penthouse, the steel press one over here. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And then, if later Brian will probably shoot
I'll give you guys
video.
a little B-roll of how the penthouse is. We're sitting under like almost a 20 feet high ceiling over here. It's amazing.
I think it's like 22 at least.
22, right? Yeah. See, 22 feet high ceiling. We're in the condo.
Hey Brian, how much do you pay for rent in New York City?
I don't rent New York City. I own New York City. I can show you this penthouse in Bayview Courtyard in Brooklyn for $3 million. Will, come on, man. Welcome to the penthouse. Right now in your living room area, a 22 feet high ceiling with top to bottom windows. You have a wraparound balcony. We're standing at the wraparound balcony. It's not just like one right here, but you go on this side as well. All right, come on, man. Let's go upstairs.
If I make breakfast, can I just throw it up there to you?
Tell me this is not breathtaking. And you want to see the guest room? Look at this.
So what size bed does your guest get?
King size. This is heated mirror. Don't worry about fog, because one button, it clears the whole damn thing. This is gonna be a closet.
For me, I'm gonna get one of these. My girlfriend, she's gonna get the rest of them.
This is where your dining area is at. Come over here and join me for dinner.
Does the silverware come with the apartment? Because if I sign the papers right now, am I getting those?
Hell yeah. That's the kids' room. If you're a family man like myself, you gotta have some book for these kids. This is another guest room with an ensuite bathroom.
That's a huge bathtub. I'm gonna just take my surfboard and go surfing in there.
All right, so I gotta cook some pasta in there. You gotta go, man. Thank you for coming. This is the highest building in Brooklyn right now. And then in the back of us, if you were here, I mean, maybe I'll give you guys a little skip it of how it is. You got the water view right behind us.
It's amazing.
Wrapped around view. This is a phenomenal building. It's beautiful.
You see back, you see over there is Coney Island, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Verrazano Bridge right over there.
That's right, Verrazano over there.
And you get basically sunrise to sunset. Right,
wow.
so
sunrise,
so
sunset,
beautiful.
And then one special thing too. Every Friday, Coney Island, when they start coming up again, you see fireworks right over here in the back too as well.
So you can sit in the unit, and we have a wraparound balcony that you can just
wraparound balcony as well.
Yep.
Amazing.
This unit is a 4-bedroom duplex with over 2,300 square feet of living space.
Wow.
4 bedroom, 4 bath.
Four-bedroom,
It's amazing, the view.
What is the price going?
Did a private event, okay, last Thursday.
Yeah.
And every guest that we invited, okay, the bank's high net worth private event. So all the guests that we invited, they were so impressed with the view.
Oh, yeah.
And just like you said, okay, this is the tallest building,
Yeah.
condo available for sale in the Bensonhurst, Brooklyn area.
Yeah.
And you don't see another building
Like it.
like this.
Yeah.
Right. This
Yeah, I
is
don't
the
think
only
so.
one. And yeah, we are so proud that we are, representing this building. And yeah, I mean,
That's
that,
good. So let's jump into it, Mr. Kevin. For a young kid or somebody out there, or even old, want to get into the real estate game, how do they get started?
Well, easy. Just first is
Yeah.
take the course, get your license.
Yeah.
And most importantly, find the right mentor, the right broker who can teach you, guide you, and help you, and show you every step, and then, yeah, I mean, the rest is up to you, right? You have to be disciplined because being a real estate agent it is simple, and if you wanted to become successful in real estate, okay, I can say that it's simple but not easy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's all about discipline, because real estate agent, you can call that as an independent contractor, right? So you are not working for somebody. So your broker is not your boss. They don't dictate what time you should come into the office and how many floor time you need to sit in the office. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
Right. But the amazing part is this, because it's so free that it's also the income, the opportunity is also unlimited.
Oof.
But
I can
it
bear
all
witness on
depend
that. Yeah.
on yourself, right?
You can make a lot of money if
do.
people like to make money.
But like I said, okay,
the field is not, like Kevin said, it's not easy. Yes, you can make tons of money, but there's a lot of work into it to get there. Not saying that it's simple. It takes, the one thing I think in any kind of sales or in our field in real estate is it takes a very long time to build. That's the trade-off, right? The trade-off, yes, you're getting your license, the easy part, but the experience trade-off is the most significant thing that you need to pick up. That's why Kevin is saying you need you need a mentor that can guide you, because if you don't have that right guidance, the right foot into that door, you would never know how it is. I've seen so many people fail, right, in real estate. How many percentage of people fail in the first year? 90%.
90%.
90% of people fail in real estate off the bat. 100%, because it's easy to get the license, but to know the craftsmanship, you have to pay with blood, sweat, and tears, to get familiar. It took me a long ass time too, right? But that's why.
That's why that real estate is too easy to get the license, to get into the door, but it's also very easy to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, okay, it's simple. It's a number game. The law of average, right? So it's all about like how many people you meet, how many people you talk to, how many houses you show. The more that you show, the more houses that you present to the buyer, right? And then the more chances that you will land on an offer, right? So the more offer you get, the more contract signed.
Yeah.
So the more contract signed, then the more closing you get.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a number game.
It is.
Yeah. So like I said, okay, it's easy, but it's not. I mean, it's simple, but not easy.
I mean, for a real estate agent, for young, I would say your advice for upcoming
New agent.
new agents, what should they do? I mean, you were saying the mentor.
Yeah,
I
find
mean, get a mentor, and what
the
other step?
second thing, most important, is that you have to find a niche, right?
niche.
Find an area. So don't go like everywhere. Like because
Yeah.
like your time is very valuable.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want to like that's why if you spend your day one day you're handling some rental, tomorrow you're doing some co-op, and the next day you're doing some commercial, and then one family, and then today you are showing in Brooklyn, next day you are in Queens. Then
I have been through that.
No
yes.
good,
No
right?
good. No good.
You're wasting your time, and then at the end you get exhausted.
Yeah.
And you don't see like a lot of agent, okay, their first deal, average, okay, probably like 6 months. You see your first check coming, right? So that is why that, find a good mentor who can show you. And the second thing is that find a niche, an area to focus, right? So, and then just work hard.
Is there like how much money or so that? Sorry, my phone keeps like popping out. But is there like money that they have to put aside before they start in real estate?
Well, just like I mentioned earlier, that a lot of agent, for them to see their first closing and commission check coming in is average is about 6 months, right?
6 months.
Yeah. So if you go all in and then you want to full time, then you make sure you have like at least 6 months of saving.
I would say to a year too.
To a year, right?
Yeah.
To support yourself.
Support because
or you have a family that can support you. Then yes, okay, no problem. Do it because
I wouldn't say jump right into it unless you have that capability of like Mr. Kevin said, 6 to a year of whatever it is expense
Saving,
that you have or saving that you have to be actually come onto real estate full time. If not, you can start out kind of like a part time, slowly, gradually. But that's why real estate is so easy to get in, but it's so hard to maintain it to do what it is because you got to come in here in a way like a business mentality. That's why I have these guys, entrepreneur person here, can tell your experience on that side because it's a business. You come into real estate, you have to think and put that mindset of yours is like it is a business that you are coming into and building a business that you want to flourish from. And you have to be prepared on all that avenue of expenses that it come with it as well. Because you have to, like they always say, you have to pay to play. If you don't pay, you ain't playing. Simple as that, right? All right, cool. So now I got to pass the mic to Will. Let's pick some stuff on Will Brain because
what's going on?
Will right here. Oh, he's such a young kid, but has such a bright mind.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Will. How old are you now?
I am 23 years old now.
23 years old, guys. And killing it out there at the moment with his entrepreneurship with Amazon and everything that he's doing right now. So let me pick your brain on this part, how you got started in this Amazon business of yours.
Yeah, so this Amazon business, it kind of happened by mistake. I never expected myself to really be an Amazon seller. Of course, like, it was in the back of my mind, right? Like, when I was younger, when I was like 16, I would go on Instagram and people would be like, you can make millions of dollars on Amazon from working only 2 hours a week because Amazon handles all the packing and shipping and prepping and whatever, right? All that stuff. And so like in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe I should start an Amazon business. Maybe I shouldn't. But the way that I got started was I was selling sneakers in high school.
Oh, cool.
I really like sneakers. So like when the newest Jordans come out, you would wait online at the store, and if you get your hands on a pair, you could probably sell it for like what? Back then it was $100 over, right? $100 profit.
No, some of them. I mean, like Yeezys. I remember I collected and stuff like that. That thing was going over like 3 times the retail.
Yeah, Yeezys back then.
Yeezys was like crazy.
And they would sell for $700.
$700. Some of them would even catch up to like a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Like the limited one. I mean, that's beyond, but that's cool. Okay, so that's where you started.
That's where I started. Okay. And then it just kept on going, right? I wanted to figure out like Jordans only drop on Saturday, like once a week. Right? How do I buy shoes and keep selling them every single day so that you can make consistent money? So I realized that the way that you make the most money from reselling sneakers is not actually by selling Jordans, because they come out once a week and you'll make your 200, 300 bucks here and there.
Yeah.
But the dad shoes, like shoes like this, dad shoes, regular shoes that people wear on a daily basis, running shoes, tennis shoes, just casual wear shoes. You can buy them on like a regular retail website like Nike.com, and you can go on StockX, you can go on GOAT. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Those are resale platforms.
Yes.
So
GOAT, I used to go on there too to look at the shoes. Yes,
Yeah.
GOAT, StockX, yes, of course, all those other platforms as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would figure out the discount codes. Like every holiday, like Father's Day, for example, right? They would have like a 20%, 40% discount on Nike Foot Locker. I would go on and I would buy it for 20, 40% off.
Wow.
And people who missed the sale, now you gotta pay full price.
Oh,
so I would go on
wow.
StockX and GOAT and I'd resell it there. And that's how I made my money. And I would buy like hundreds of pairs of shoes. You should have seen my house back then. It was a tiny house, but oh my God. I did not have a bed frame, but I had a wall of shoes next to my bed. And my whole entire living room was just a big wall of shoes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I got started. That's how I made my money. And I was like, I got to a point where my whole entire house was full. And I'm like, I don't have the space to store it in here anymore. And I want to go into a bigger market. I want to make even more money. Like, how do I expand even bigger?
Wow.
And that's when I talked to a friend, like random people you meet online.
Cool.
I talked to him, he was like, have you thought about selling on Amazon? Because you don't have a lot of space in your house. But what you can do with Amazon is you can send it into Amazon FBA. They will store all the shoes for you. And when someone purchases your shoes on Amazon, they do all the prep, pack, ship for you. Wow. So that's how I got into it.
Nice.
And I went through a phase where like literally everything was profitable. Not a lot of people were selling sneakers on Amazon back then. So like you could literally go to the Nike store. I used to go to the Nike store and the shoes on their shelf, I would just stick my hands out and I would do this. And I would clear out the whole entire shelf.
Wow.
And I would just put it in my minivan. I would drive it home, pack it, send it to Amazon. And that's how I got started. Like it was by complete accident. I didn't think I'd be an Amazon seller, but it just went and went and went. And then when it got to a point where I maxed out my sneaker business, I'm just like, what else can I sell on Amazon? And then I expanded into the wholesale business where I could buy, like instead of selling sneakers now, which are like really big, really bulky, they take up a lot of space, a little deodorant, like a little stick of deodorant. Quick, really simple, just put a sticker on it and you're sending it out to Amazon.
Wow.
Much quicker, much more efficient. And that's how I got started, like how things just kept on going and snowballing and getting bigger and bigger.
Nice, man. Can you give us a little rough number how much you were making at that time selling sneakers or so? Yeah.
I was making a pretty penny. Like for back at the time I was around 20 years old. I was doing 6 figures a month in revenue.
Wow.
From reselling sneakers on Amazon, which was very surprising. I didn't expect it to do that.
Wow. 6-figure for 1 month.
That's revenue. That's revenue. That's not profit.
I know.
I wish it was.
I understand, but that's still something, man. That's amazing. Selling, in 1 month. That's awesome, bro. So now let me ask you this: what gave you the drive of doing all this? What for such a young age of your kid? I just imagine, you're like me. When I was 23, I was like maybe bouncing around playing video games and stuff. What gave you that drive, Will, to that hungriness to get you where you are now?
Wow, this kind of hits home, right? This question kind of hits home because I would say my childhood was pretty turbulent. I didn't really have a lot of role models in my life. Like I really wish I did. I wish I was able to learn quicker because if I did have those role models in my life, I would be a lot further along now. But it's partially because of like the childhood that I had. Like my parents are separated. I grew up in a very crazy environment, which kind of forced me to have like this flame under my ass to really make things better. Like it's really not enjoyable when you live like that. But to give you like a look into what my life was like back then, I was 12 when my parents split. And I was living in my grandma's house, my mom's mom. And back then we were so poor, we literally didn't even have enough money to buy a bed frame.
Wow.
Right? So we would have just we didn't even have our own room. Me and my mom, we just had 2 mattresses in the living room, sleeping on the floor. And my grandma's house was infested with cockroaches. So like
man.
at night when we sleep, the cockroaches would crawl in our body, and it was really
man.
gross. And
Yeah.
it got to a point where I was like, Mom, I can't really, I don't really want to live like this. I'm gonna live with grandma and grandpa on my dad's side, because I still had a good relationship with them. And it was a little bit of a better living situation. It's not ideal, it's not great, but now I'm away from my mom, and you, like, being a kid, not having your mom and dad there, it's really tough, right? You're out, you gotta fend for yourself now.
Wow.
So it really forced me to make my own money, and like when you're in high school, you really wanna do things, you want cool clothes, you wanna go out with your friends, like a movie night with the boys, it's all you need to have fun, right? So like, it really pushed me to go out and figure out how to make my own money, to pay for my own food, clothes, go out with friends, things that make me happy. But as I got older, like, I wanted to reconnect with my mom, because, you know, that's like the foundation of your life,
Of course.
right? So I got to a point where me and my mom are like, we gotta move back in together. We gotta figure out how to move out of grandma's house. So we devised a plan. Like, I was making my money, my mom was making money from her job, she saved up a good amount, I saved a good amount, and we rented a basement apartment. It's like an illegal basement apartment. I'm not gonna say where, but it was an illegal basement apartment. It was so gross, it was tiny, it was like, there's no windows, no ventilation, there were bugs everywhere, but at least now, me and my mom could live together, and we could build.
Yo, man,
We could build. And we had bed frames this time around.
that's
right?
amazing, man.
But yeah, like, slowly over time, like, we just kept on going and going. We earned more money, and then we were able to get an actual apartment. And then slowly, together, we started saving more and more money, and we have a house together now in New Jersey. But just being in that type of environment, having that stress, that pressure, just not really enjoying the environment, the living situation that I was in, that was what really gave me the drive to just continue working, growing, pushing, and seeing, like, people like you guys, right? Like, I had role models back then, like people I looked up to. They were able to drive fancy cars, they were able to live in a really nice house, they were able to have their own apartment. And I'm like, there's so much money out there, especially living in America, a place where there's so much abundance. All it really takes is hard work and dedication to acquire those things. So I'm like, yeah, these things are achievable, right? Just got to go out there, keep on pushing one day at a time, one foot in front of the other, to slowly get these things.
That's amazing, bro. That is amazing, man. I give you props on that. Look at that.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
that is something in life. I think that where you get that motivation, that fire. And I believe a lot of younger generation now that's growing up in America is like second generation, you could say, or so. I don't think you're ever going to witness that kind of experience, sadly to say, like Will. But that experience, Will, I mean, you got to keep that inside your heart. You see, that's why he's pushing it every single day to be where he's at back in the days, right? So that's why he's where he's are now and driving more. And hopefully this unit right now we're sitting in is attained to Will one day. Look, you say he's going to, where's the paper? Where are you going to sign this paper? You see that? So I would say to the young kids or whoever is watching this out there, man, you guys got to find that fire. Find that hungerness. That's why Steve Jobs always said, right? Even if he's so successful out there, you still got to find that fire and that hungerness to stay alive, to know and feel how to driven yourself to be more and push yourself. Don't settle. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, like, you know, nowadays they settle, right? I mean, because yes, in America you can find a lot of, you know, decent jobs. You know, you work from 9 to 5, you be comfortable, but you're never gonna have that hungerness like you are. And I believe, Will, in further in the future, you're gonna have that drive to beyond where it is right now. And I believe 100% one day you will attain something like this. He's 23 years old, guys. When I was 23 years old, I ain't gonna, you know, thinking of what it is, you know. Yeah, I was still fooling around in a way. But I mean, I have my hungerness as well that I witnessed as well coming over here as an immigrant family. You know, I've been through that downfall, and I don't want to go back there as well. That's why I keep pushing myself to, even to now, right? I always want to push myself to beyond what it is. Even like this, making a podcast, talking in public, or doing all these other stuff that get out of my comfort zone. I'm not, everybody think in my life it was like, oh, I was born natural of talking in public. No, man, I'm very introverted person. I'm like, I'm not really outgoing, but I force myself to do certain things, right? Because I know that certain things will put me out there. As you can see in life, I would say a lot of leadership, you have to be in the public eye. You got to talk, you got to be certain. And then the guy in the back, honestly, if you guys were the guy in the back or something, you always be the guy in the back. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the guy in the front. So that's why I push myself out there, being outgoing, and try to talk to people or talk in public. I'm very nervous whenever I'm up there. I mean, even talking now is a little bit nervous as well, but I force myself, and I have that fire behind myself to push me more, right? If you can, like Steve Jobs said, if you think today is your last day on earth, would that something stop you from doing what you need to do to be better? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
No, man. So I would say encouraging for everybody that's watching right now is that, yeah, man, find that fire, find that energy, or find whatever it is, man, and stay hungry. And don't be afraid of wanting things. Because I think a lot of parents, when I grow up, I'm going to give my little story, right? A lot of my parents are they don't, sadly to say, they in a way pushing the kids. That's the different mentality, right? If you read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? There's a rich dad and there's a poor dad. The poor dad always stopping their kids from thinking and dreaming of bigger and better things. But the rich dad is always encouraging their kids to be more and more every single day, right? They want, so it's just the mentality that you're going to put yourself in. Do you want to be the poor dad or you want to be the rich dad, right? So I would say encourage yourself. Don't stop dreaming. Dream bigger. Whatever you do, dream bigger. Like even this. You never know. One day you will get a condo that is worth $3 million or $20 million or $50 million. You never know. But if you keep that fire, keep that hungerness that to drive you more and more every single day, I think that will get you. And don't settle for less. A lot of people are saying that, cliche. A lot of people, don't settle for less. Keep going out there, keep doing what it is, and keep driving. But man, yeah. So.
Very impressive.
I appreciate you for that.
So in the further future, Will, you have any other plan right now?
I'm actually going back to school this August to finish.
Oh, really?
So when during COVID, I started this business in 2021 during like the peak of COVID, and
That's a hard time.
Yeah, it was a hard time.
Man.
Actually, no, I would say for Amazon, it wasn't surprisingly an easy time because everyone was stuck at home. No one can go in the store.
right?
Business was a lot better.
Oh yeah, everybody's at home. Yes, sorry. Yeah, that's true.
I think mentally it was tough times because like everyone's like stuck inside.
But yeah,
Yeah.
especially like Amazon.
Yeah, stimulus checks.
Stimulus checks, SBA loan,
Yep.
PPP loan. Those at that time was very flourishing.
Our community and moving. And yes.
Yeah.
So as of right now, you're going back to school. What are you going back to school for?
I'm going back to school for finance and economics. Like I started my business out of necessity just to help my mom because she got sick during COVID, and I had to step up and help her out with the bills.
Wow.
But I didn't. I was planning to do college and the business at the same time and get that degree. It's good to have, right? It's something that nobody can ever take away from you. But like when I went super hard during that time, I was like, maybe I can turn this into a full-time job and like just do this like entrepreneurship full time. And
Cool.
I did that for a while, and it just went and went and went. And now mom and I are good, but I didn't tell her that I dropped out. And then when I told her, she was kind of like, what the hell, man? I thought you were doing your business and doing school at the same time. And I was like, I mean, that's how we got this house.
No.
So,
Yeah, for parents, education is always the
absolutely.
Well, I don't want to turn down any kind of educational thing. I'm not a very educational guy either, but I would say yes, educational is a somewhat of a stepping stone for you to have recognition or so in life. But I'm not saying bringing anything down for education, but I'm saying it's not really like the 100% of yeah.
right? It's about learning.
Yes,
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Right? But from hearing what well, okay, was telling his story, it was really touching. And then, that proved that, success, okay, is never by chance.
That's right.
It's always by change, right?
Yes.
You
Change.
decided to change, you want a better life for you, for your mom,
Yeah.
for your family. You make a
Yes.
decision. That was so impressive.
Yeah, man.
Just like Brian said, at age 23, I was still lost and don't know, what to do, right? So, well, actually, at that time, age 23, I was bankrupt.
What? Damn, that.
Yeah, I
we gotta
started
hear
also-
about that.
Yeah,
that story.
I started
All right. What happened as you
computer
went?
business.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, year 2000, you know what happened? The internet bubble, right?
okay. Yeah.
So yeah, my computer business fell and I was bankrupt. Same thing. I was a college dropout to start my business, and then I was bankrupt. So I went back to Stony Brook to finish my degree, and then and then when I graduated from that, I went to work for again computer company, and then later, I just
Transition.
also by accident I went into real estate.
I love it.
And then
Hey, that's
and
how it
since
is.
then, never go back again working for someone else. Just like Jill. Okay, I was always business minded as well. I never believed that my check was being signed by someone, and I know that today when they like me, they sign the check. Tomorrow they don't like me, they stop, right? So
Yeah.
I said that no, I have to control myself. So
That's good.
business is the way to go.
Business.
So and then I started having my own brokerage, and then went back.
Never went back. Never looking back.
More
Look
about
at that.
that because you can't just get your real estate license and say, oh, I'm gonna have a brokerage tomorrow, right? You gotta build and scale up to that. So it's a
Yeah,
long process to become a real estate agent, from being a real estate agent to being a broker and running the whole entire firm.
Yeah, remember I said that, okay, you need a good mentor, right?
Yep.
So I remember when I first started, I went to Prudential Abusi. It was a big firm franchise. But when you go into a big office, really, there's no one to help you over there. They give you some handbook and say that, hey, read this, learn the script, and then, here, at that time, still, there was an agent. He was very kind enough to oh, okay, Kevin, I see that you just started. Here's some phone number, okay, that I got from open houses, right? So client who come and then they put down the information. Call them, see if you can turn some of them into a buyer, your client or something. But when no one is really telling you what to do, what to say, and what not to say, and it wasn't easy. So for 3 months, nothing happened. I almost about to give up, right?
Yeah.
Then a friend said that, hey, Kevin, okay, why don't you come to my office? Okay, he had a boutique. He and his wife, have an office on Chinese community. So I said, okay. I went there, very nice, okay, very kind broker, okay, and he taught me everything. He helped me. So he was a good broker and a good mentor. So he showed me everything. But this is real estate, right? So when you learn something and you feel like, okay, I know what to do. So maybe I should start my own business, right? And that's how I started my own business. And then never went back.
Wow. So it's just a slow, steady climb. Just keep on learning and learning and learning. I'm curious to know though, like when you're in this real estate space, I heard it from Brian last time. It's really competitive and really, really cutthroat. I want to know, like, if you were to teach someone else, right? Would you be afraid of them like competing with you, like especially if they're in the same area?
100%. This is the reality. That a lot of people, they are so afraid that someone might learn their secrets recipe, right?
Right.
So yeah, it's very competitive, and that is like same happened to me. Okay, and when I started my own brokerage, yes, I hired some good agent. You know, I showed them the same way that my broker, you know, showed me and taught me, right? So I teach them the same way. And one day when they same thing, like they feel like they are ready and good enough, they just come to me, okay, Kevin, bye bye.
Yeah.
Right. I don't blame them because that was how I left my broker, right? And this is the reality. And then you have to keep hiring and keep training. And one day I'm like, oh, forget it. You know, I'm not teaching no more. I'm not hiring no more. So I just go and do my own investment, right? But if you do that, you are downsizing, right? So
Right.
you are not growing, and I don't want to be like just, you know, at the end just do my own stuff. I deep in my heart I still wanted to do something big, and that is how that, you know, one day I was talking to Brian. I said that there gotta be a better way, right? And I know that, you know, back then, yes, a lot of like I was approached by Exit, by Century 21. You know, all those they wanted me to turn my office into one of their franchise. But, you know, looking at the franchise world, okay, when I look at them, I said that no, that is not something that I want, because it's like, you know, I am just helping, you know, the corporate or you know, like get rich,
Right.
and then still like if at the end if I stop building, everything stop. So me and Brian was talking like, okay, there gotta be a better system or a better platform,
Right.
right? So Brian said that, okay, do you want to look into this EXP model? Because he searched, he said that someone approached him and showed him. And he said that it seems very interesting. So yeah, that's how that we went to an EXP office in Queens, right? So the team leader over there sat down and talked to us and show us the whole thing. And they said, man, this is the system that, the platform that we are looking for. So then we signed up and we joined right away. And then, yeah, we formed a team and we worked together. And
it is what it is now.
yeah,
Wow.
it was, yeah, it was, like I said, okay, doing real estate is simple but not easy.
Right.
You have to be very disciplined and determined.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, just like most businesses, it's really simple, but it's not easy. Like, it's simple, like in paper, right? The steps are really easy, but it takes a lot of front-loaded work to really get anywhere with it. I'm curious to know, though, if you want to stay on this topic,
All right.
how is like the model with Century 21 you mentioned, right? That's the old like franchise, right? So how is the Century 21 model different from EXP? Like, what was better? What really drew you guys to it?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I mean, the model, even as Century 21 or Remax right now, their technology wasn't there at that time, at that present, that we were looking for. And the support system that they have over there for agents or even new agents, or the capability of allowing these other agents to flourish later on in the future. So EXP has a system that allow agents to become flourishable over time. So you don't have to worry about agent leaving your firm or leaving your under and stuff like that. Yeah, your organization or going somewhere else, because at EXP has kind of a way prepared for that, right? That's why we over here are like an open book when you join into the organization that we have or our team. We're not afraid of you starting your own team or building out your own stuff, because that is going to make our company, the EXP format, or anybody else over there flourish as well alongside with you. So in a way, team leaders and team and successful agents, top producer, willing to open their book a lot more in EXP than those other regular firm. Other regular firm is very secretive. Like you were saying, Century 21, people over there at the top people, the only one that you have maybe is your broker or so, but sometimes your broker is very busy. They don't have time for you or give a little time for yourself. If you're a new agent, they're not going to be there in a way if you don't show them your certain things. And then they are afraid as well because they, I would say, in competition with you too, put it that way. But at EXP is a very fair systematic system that can make you flourish later on down the road and set you up to become success with all these surrounding mentor and all the leadership over here, because they all helping each other. Because when you help each other, the company grow. Because over here we have stock shares, we have other revenues avenue, not just commission wise. That's why EXP has that system on that is so good, I would say, than other system. I'm a very business person, so anybody can bring me something that is better. I'm always open-minded something to do. But as of right now, EXP has the best kind of like system for agents, to build their business, to flourish later on down the pipeline, to become more and more better. So that's why, that's the differences of the new and old. Technologies, forget it. I mean, technologies, like I said, EXP already set you up. Even my old firm, when I was in my old one, I don't even have a website. I don't even have a website. I guarantee you, even you go to Century 21 right now, all their agents don't really have a website or dedicated website to help them in a way to flourish more. But at EXP, starting off the bat, you already have your website. They use KV Core as a CRM system. That is a clientele retraction kind of to inform you, intuitive system out there to keep track of your clients. So other firm, you pay a lot of money. It's not that they don't have it, but you pay a lot out of your pocket investment. But at over here, EXP, they give it to you in a way for free.
Wow.
For free.
Sounds awesome.
So yeah, that's why technologies, revenue shares, avenues, there's so much more. There's so much more.
Yeah. Get with the time, Century 21. We're in the future now.
Well, going a little more into that is that, that was this, when we do the comparison, right? So back then, I didn't choose to join Century 21 or Exit or other franchise. It's like, because when I look at their model, right, it's that, okay, all of them are built on the same system, right? So you have what we call a corporate or international company at the top, and then they divided a market, like a country, into regions, right? And then they sell those region license to a regional owner, right? So you have the corporate, you have the regional owner, and then the regional owner sell the franchise license to an independent broker, right? Okay. So let's say in Brooklyn, so I have to pay a franchise fee to join them, right? So you have the corporate, and then you have the regional owner, and then you have a bunch of the independent broker, right? And the broker are the one that is taking all the risk, right? Like you have to spend tons of money to renovate, to rent a store, to renovate, right? And then the lease the burden is on you, and then you have the liability, right? The for your agent, and then the independent broker will hire some manager or team leader, and then at the bottom, the agent, right?
Wow.
But who is making the money? Who is really making the commission? The agent at the bottom that is making the money, but who keeps the most? It's like, right?
Yeah.
One level up
Too
at the
many
end,
middlemen.
right? So it looks to me like a pyramid, right? So you have the corporate, right? It's the triangle. The bottom make all the money, but the top gets to keep all the money. Most of the money. I wouldn't say that all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we look at the EXP system, is that they take away all the middle. So we have our corporate, right, which is the broker, and then we have the agent, right? And we get to own the company by stock, like Brian said, that we earn stock, right? And also we have a revenue share, and we can be like a broker without the broker overhead, without the broker headache, and without the liability.
Yeah.
Right. And also, that with EXP, because we all own the stock of the company, so basically we are like working all together.
Right.
That is why that when Brian mentioned something like that, there's no secret with EXP. Everyone like so willing to work together.
Yeah.
Right. It's so different, and especially we have a program that is called the Icon, right? So those are all the top producer, the top agent. Every one of them, okay, are willing to teach other agent how to sell more houses, how to become more successful. Why? Because we all know that if you are successful, then the company will become more successful and the stock will go higher, right?
Okay.
So, and all the agent, we own one way or another stock of the company.
Yeah.
Right. So that is when I saw the whole thing, I said we want to join.
Right.
Yeah. So it's so different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the picture that came to my mind when just hearing about these different models is like the other models is like everyone's on the floor. As soon as someone comes up, another guy just drags him right down. You stomp him right back into the ground. Whereas for EXP, like I can see you guys elevate each other. Once this guy's up, you put the other guy up, and you guys slowly up each other.
That's right.
Wow, that's awesome. Collaboration is really the key.
Yeah.
We have a very collaborative community. Everyone is always thinking how to help each other.
Wow.
Like we have every week, we have like over 50 hours of training that is free, live training provided to all the agent, and we have just like Brian said, the technology. We have a platform called EXP World.
Yeah.
It's an online platform that you can log in, okay, and we have every day from 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock, we have training, okay. If you have the time, you can take all the classes you want, from teaching you how to sell more houses, how to do help your client, get a higher price, or how you can build your business, right? And also we have a support, like over 2,000 like full-time employee from the corporate that is always at the EXP World, that is ready and willing to help us if we have question or problem.
Amazing.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, look at this. This is like a flip script. Now, Will's asking us a question. That's cool, man. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome to collaborate because there's always something we can learn from each other.
Yeah, exactly. And life is always learning. I encourage, that's why you have to go out there. You got to put yourself out there in the world, in the universe, Don't be the person in the back, sleeping or on the, sadly to say, the couch and stuff like that, You got to be out there. You want to do certain things, in life, I believe that as well. Like, you have to put yourself out in the universe. If you want something in return, you got to put yourself out there. Always go, always do certain stuff, and always, man, be present, I would say. Don't let anything go waste, and do what it is. But I have to say, any other thing you guys want to share? Or
before we end, just one thing, like just said, a success, happen not by chance, by change, right? Yeah. And also, okay, don't be afraid to fail. Yeah. Right? Successful people, okay, are not the one who never fail, but are the one who never quit.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yes. Never afraid of being a failure, man. I mean, embrace the fail. I think I failed so many times, I have to say, but the one that is picking back up and keep moving, that is the one that is going to become successful. So don't be afraid of failure. Huh? All right.
Everyone go subscribe to Brian. We're putting this all together.
Yeah, man. But I have to say, I think, the video was quite a long time, I believe. And I think we're going to end it here for now. If you guys want me to invite these two guests back here again, we're going to do another podcast again with these two guys, picking their brain. If you guys want me to do that, yeah, let me know. Yeah, hit that like, share, subscribe. And thank you guys for coming on today. And until next time, we're going to go check out this building right now.
See you.
Peace. Nice.
Awesome,
man.
Good work.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Yes.
We're all like pounded handshake.